Okay, so as mentioned on my last video, what I'm going to do here is make a prototype set of cars. So what I have is three 1953 silver black lettered passenger cars. It's a 2421 Maplewood. They're well scuffed up. 2422 Chatham Lionel lines again. This one is in the best shape of the three. And the final one is the Observation Hillside. Has the worst top damage and it's missing the proper hold down screws. So what I'm going to do is strip these all down, and we're going to make them a Rhode Island, sorry, not Rhode Island, Rock Island matched paint set for the 2031-2000 series Alco. So with that said, I'll tear one down and show you how that's done. So the first step is to take the top off, and you would also take the top off if you needed to change the light bulbs. So you just unscrew these. They're just threaded vent covers. So when they're stuck, you might have to get a pair of pliers. You should take out the inserts. Remove the light bulbs. Then you're going to have to disconnect the wires to get the trucks off. So get a pair of clippers. I'll go ahead and cut the wire. These are going to need to be rewired because the insulation's all brittle on all these cars. And then we have the C-clamps, little C-clips that need to be opened up to release the truck. And I just get a little bigger screwdriver and pop them off. So with those removed, the trucks will come off. When I have the trucks off, I'll go ahead and clean the wheels and oil the axles and get them ready to go back together. Alright, so that's pretty much the end of that, and I'm going to do the same thing for the next two cars. Actually, what I am going to do, because these are a total restoration, there are 4 screws at the base that remove the metal frame inside the car, so I'm going to go ahead and take the frames out as well. there you go. So I'm going to do the same thing for the other two cars. The observation car is a little bit different than the standard passenger cars, and it only has 3 screws that hold the base frame on. The other difference you have to allow for is when you're taking that apart, you have 2 red marker lights that are in here, and you pop them out from the back side with a screwdriver and you can pull them out. The other difference with the observation car is that the silhouette strip is one long piece, because it goes all the way around for the back door. Alright, so next is prepping him for paint, and we'll pick up with that. Okay, so for paint prep, I'm just gonna pretty much wash them down with a mild soap, probably Dawn warm water, go from there. The tops, where they're all nicked up, you'll probably use 1000 grit sandpaper just to get any high ridges off, and then wash those as well. And then start spray painting them and go from there. Okay, so the paint's dried, and the next step now is to mask them, and I'm going to paint the red stripe down the window line. So there's two of them there, and here's the observation car all painted up. So two more to go. And here's one of the coaches all masked up, ready for painting. So now we get the painting. Alright, so here we are, we're all painted up. We're going to let these dry for most of the rest of the day. So I got my red and orange and black. I'm going to put the white pinstriping on the upper and lower parts of the windows. And then we'll start reassembly. I also, as far as the interior car bodies, just for more highlight, I painted the end caps of all the chassis red also. So I'll give it a little more pop inside. Alright, we'll pick it up when these are dry enough to handle. Okay, so as mentioned, I'm adding white pinstriping above and below the windows. What I'm using, and I find it always works well, is I just automotive pinstriping. This is 1/8 of an inch white, and I just put it on the channel. Cleans, makes it a nice crisp line, and it's pretty clean. One of my other debates, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do as far as the original lettering. So you still have the Lionel lines is there, and so is the hillside and all the original heat stamp lettering. So I was going to use a white label maker and do that, but I have on order red lettering water slide, and I'm going to see if that works. If not, I'm just going to leave it just the way it is, because I think the cars look pretty good without the lettering reestablished. But I will give it a shot when the red lettering water slide decals come, and we'll see how that works. So I'm going to finish all the white striping, and I'll pick up there. Alright, so here we are at the final segment. Here are my Rock Island locomotives with their new consist of 3 passenger cars. I know in the last segment I mentioned I was going to use red water slide decals, and I realized quickly that was not going to work, because you would see the whole outline of the film on that black background, and that was not going to be the look I wanted. Amazon came through for me after a lot of searching. I found the right size lettering for the Lionel lines and the numbers in gold, and it really adds a nice touch. So here's the 3 cars all striped up and properly marked. So we got our Lionel lines Maplewood, which is the 2421. We have our 2422 Chapman, and finally the Hillside Observation 2423. I'm very happy with how these came out, and I'll send her around. I hope you enjoyed watching the process. I would tell you, for those who see this and want to tackle these jobs, it is not hard to do, and nor is it that expensive. To do this set required 1 can of satin finish black spray paint, 1 can of the red. So between those 2 things, that was $15. The white pinstriping was another $8, and the letters I ended up needing 3 sets. So the letters ended up being the most expensive part of this, and that was $30. So, but that's the end result. You definitely have a one-of-a-kind set here that is easy to do and a good weekend project for anybody that wants to attempt it. So we'll send her around the track and hope you enjoyed the little lesson.